A very good morning to you guys. Welcome to Asake Online. This is the Side View. My name is Brighton Ngube. Side View is a show that seeks to celebrate people who are doing amazing work in our country in terms of sport, arts, and so on. And today on the show, celebrating the life and times of Matesu Dube. She has done it all, coming from young warriors theatre works in 1992 to founding Umkati Theatre works in 1997. He has done it all and walking to the podium, being kept by His Excellency, the President of Zimbabwe. What an amazing journey. We reflect on that journey this morning. Say welcome to the show.
Good morning, Brighton, and thank you.
Let's reflect 27 years under Umkati Theatre. How has been the journey like for 27 years?
The journey has been having ups and downs like any other journey. I define life as life is about solving problems. So when you embark on a journey, you are bound to have ups and downs, problems that you solve, and then at times you smile on your way, but when you get somewhere and then you find those problems visit you again.
Yeah. Let's go back to 1992 when you joined Young Warriors Theatre Works there. Did you even ever envision to say one day I'll be where you are now?
I would say I never envisioned that, if I may say the truth. You know what happened? I joined Young Warriors because Young Warriors was based close to my family house there in Jube. So at that time, I had finished the school in 1991. So I had nothing to do, if I may say. Then I said to myself, why don't I try maybe joining Young Warriors and see how far it will take me while I'm looking for a job or something to do.
But if you compare theatre then in terms of 1992 and to compare to now, let's just paint a picture to us. How was theatre then, back then, 1992? What's happening in Jube? What's happening in terms of theatre and arts?
Theatre then was common in townships, like we used to call them when we grew up. You would watch theatre at Njube Community Hall, Lopengula Hall, Stanley Hall, Makokova then. But today, I may say we watch theatre at Bulawayo Theatre Club in the city center there. So then people used to go to the community halls and watch theatre arts. Even it was popular in the youth clubs, the city council youth clubs. So it was much popular then, in the communities compared to nowadays. Nowadays, when I prepare a show, I'm aiming to take it to the Bulawayo Theatre Club.
But why people are now taking the theatre to CPD, unlike back then when Unyoguti was going to Mzilikazi, is going to Makokova, is going to go to Njube? Why are we now focusing the CPD? I know Ntwasa now is second theatre, the second in Ntwasa to the people. Why are we taking theatre now, the CPD?
Maybe it's because of the infrastructure in the townships. Most infrastructure was built in the 1960s there. So you don't have the equipment that you need for theatre to come out nicely. Sound, lighting, the backdrops and the wings to use for your production to come out nicely. So that's why people are going to the CPD, I think.
Yeah, we're going to throw in a video right now from Umkati Works that you found in 1997 and showcase people what Umkati does, right? As you throw that video in, as it plays now, speak to us more about the founding of Umkati. What inspired the founding of Umkati?
You talked about Young Warriors Theatre Company, which I joined in 1992. So when I was at Young Warriors, our director was the late Norman Takawira. So we had a junior team and some guys who were senior to me. So what happened is that Norman Takawira left Bulawayo as he had gotten a job in Harare at Asitech Zimbabwe to be the programs officer. When Takawira left for Harare, the senior guys at Young Warriors failed to run the group, and then the group folded. So myself and 6 guys from my hood there, who were my juniors at Young Warriors, we decided to come up with Umkati Theatre Works because we were already trained in theatre arts. So that's how Umkati came about, to create employment for ourselves and take away ourselves from the streets and do something tangible that people will see and say, oh, these guys are doing this. It's good, because we were very young by then, though I was the oldest.
Umkati is saying people come and go, different generations come and go under Umkati. Speak to us about how you feel when seeing young people coming from your hands, excelling out there in the art sector.
Yeah, I feel good. I feel great, you know. It's good to nurture someone and then they do well in that field. Actually, it shows growth in Umkati and myself.
Yeah. This also reflects in terms of support. You know, people always cry in terms of support. People don't support our art and so on. Let's compare during that time of the Young Warriors, how the support back then in terms of people attending shows and so on.
Yes, people were attending shows then in the townships. Yeah, but I would say today they still attend shows. If we put up a show at Bulawayo Theatre, the people will come. If we put up a community show in Njube, the Salugaza Arts Center where we are based, the community will come and support us. I think the people now, they understand the arts and they understand our culture. They've seen us for a long time there. At first they were wondering, what are these guys doing? But as time went on, they saw ministers coming there, people of influence coming to visit us and maybe perform for them. So they now understand that arts is a job also.
But speaking of arts being a job also, I was going through your profile earlier on this week, you know, looking at what you've achieved so far. You know, there was something stuck to me, that was Nama Legends part. You've received that award before, the BA comes in there, and other accolades that you received over the past years. Looking back and reflecting on the journey, say, this is where I come from, and looking at these accolades, what does this mean to you?
You know, one thing is, when I started the arts, there were no awards. Maybe there were few theatre awards by the National Theatre Organization, NTO, that was based in Harare. But awards were not there, if I may put it like that. So when the awards came, you see, when you look at that award, so it will reflect to you that I'm doing something that is recognizable in my city, in my country. Right. Yeah.
Also, speaking of recognition, Baba Dube, there's this, you've been doing tours. not only in Zimbabwe, but beyond Zimbabwe. And someone coming from Njube, you know, sometimes when you go to foreign lands, you know, remember where I'm coming from, I'm going to do whatever I'm doing, theater and so on. Let's reflect on that as well to say, what does it mean? We are showing your case in your talent. What does it mean to you as Africa?
You know, I always define myself as umntwana wako. My first trip anyway outside Zimbabwe, out overseas, was going to Aberdeen City. The city of Aberdeen is the twin to our city Bulawayo. So going there from the dusty roads of Njube and representing my city, it's an achievement to me. When you reflect on that, so you'd see ukuthi umkhathi sawuqalisayo nje singabafana benjubi. Now, I mean, one day we were in New York. Uyabona in New York lapho ubona khona ngobona Arnold Schwarzenegger, you see, doing movies. So I'm there. So it means umkhathi uyaphila. Umkhathi is alive. This group is alive. What we're doing is alive.
But also the response from Amakio, response from Abantu that you're going to, what are they saying? What are the reception from them seeing you guys perform there, coming from Africa, coming from Bulawayo?
Yeah, the reception is always good because one thing that we do as Umkhathi is we have our brand like of traditional dance. Yeah, you talked about the Nama Legends that I got in 2020 when Zimbabwe celebrated its 40th anniversary. I got that award because I created a brand of traditional dance that is choreography, music that is sung in 4 parts, traditional dance costumes, originality is there. Yeah, everything that brings a wow on stage. Yeah, so when we watch other performances, we get the elements and then bring it into Umkhathi and then like choreography. Yeah, so that our presentation is unique. So when you go overseas and then you do your presentation, like Umkhathi, we were presenting in, let's say, in New York at the Brooklyn Academy of Music. A lot of people watching that show and then appreciating our work. It shows that what we're doing is very well organized and our presentation is top notch, if I may put it.
Yeah, but also doing traditional music, right? Trying to preserve our culture and heritage. Imvunulo yethu, ugqoke ngokwesintu and so on. Ukugidwa ngokwesintu. Speak to us about the importance of preserving our culture and heritage, in particular through the use of music and theater.
Yeah, culture is what we are. Our culture must not die. Akumelanga kufe imvunulo yona leyana yamabheju. Although we now have a challenge ukuthi asisela abantu abayenza amabheju ethu akhona apha eSindebeleni esikhalangeni siyabadinga sibathole, but imvunulo leyana itshengisa ukuthi singobani. There is no future without the past, so we must know our history ukuthi vele kathi vele kwakuhamba kanjani ngomdabu, so that we know who we are.
But now let's move on to the issue of monetizing. People always say the issue of money, you know, when it comes to arts, money and so on and so on. And there's this belief to say if I'm doing arts, mali, go other things, chemistry and so on. Speak to someone out there who's into arts now, who's about to give up because of the mali. Speak to someone, they encourage them in terms of how can they monetize their gift.
Yeah, it's true ukuthi maybe singathakula mali u-arts. I've been in the arts for 3 decades, but angazi umuntu we-chemistry yena lo enxelayo ukuthi ku-chemistry akula mali, you see. But as artists, as creatives, we need to package ourselves very well and create revenue streams achiyeneyo nje. Like thina kumkhathi we do traditional dance, traditional music, we do theater, we do poetry, into eziningi. You see ukuthi like khathesi sesilanda festive season, there are a lot of people who need traditional dance, maybe poetry, culture yona le kade sikhuluma ngayo ukuthi to show that we are Africans. Sibahlabelele yena lwana ungena amakoti wayehlatshelwa kudala, you see, sigqokile. That's another revenue streams esibiselayo. Now so kule digitalization, we can now package izinto zethu esiziproducayo, our productions, and maybe sell them to online platforms. They play there and they pay us. Lapana during COVID, sasicabanga ukuthi kathi sizayenza njani, but actually I think during COVID we made more money than before. Yeah, because ama online avuleka amaningi, even ama festivals are overseas, they would say we want a performance for such duration, then they pay for that. You see, so kumele sibone ukuthi silama revenue streams amaningi, singahlaleli one thing.
But speaking of COVID-19 lockdowns, first 21 days, artists survive on live events, right? There are no live events, everything is banned. Yes. How did you survive COVID-19 as a Mkhathi art theatre?
Laphana mfuna ukutshela manga kwakunzima. Kwabanzima sibili, although i-government had availed ama grants for artists aphuza ukubuya would survive. The first lockdown sibili, lami ngangizibuza ukuthi kathi vele lapha sinjani siyangaphi. Since kwakuyinto engazake yenzakala eZimbabwe ukuthi kule lockdown. But well, a few months back thina sasihambe Taiwan, so sasisa stable in terms of finances, so kwasiphusha kancane. Then came ama NGOs efuna something, then we worked with them. Sazama ukuthi siphushe siye phambili.
In the beginning, when you started doing theatre, 1992 under Young Warriors, right? Then you evolved to 27 from Mkhathi. There was no Twitter, there was no Facebook. Then, but now there's Twitter, there's Facebook. How are you managing to say during that era there was nothing like that, but now there are these two things, these platforms that I can use to push my music and my content? How are you managing and utilizing these platforms?
Yeah, kudala vele what we used to do, vele okunye okukhohliwe kwakungela cell phone.
So how did you communicate then in terms of mobilizing shows?
Mobilizing shows, you get a bus to Cholocho, move from one school to the other, ulale kwenye indawo, you organize kusasa uhamba. Then when the time for shows comes, the group goes there, one school, sleep there, tomorrow you get the bus to the next destination, show, like that. Then we depended on posters, like njengakhona phane NGO, we would put posters. Then one day, the day before yesterday, I was walking eLobhengula ngale, then thought ukuthi kudala sasihamba sichaya sasithi ngama highlights. With go in the township there, maybe Emma shops, we just do some music there and a piece from the play that we'll be doing a hall, maybe we send you a hall there, so that abantu bebone. Then we speak to them, spatshela ukuthi le show, then came mama flyers with service funding. That is how we advertise our shows.
Let's compare to now with Twitter or Facebook now. How are you utilizing these platforms to push content?
Yeah, these platforms, singabale something, we put it there. Singabale, even our rehearsal. Yeah, we shoot ama clips rehearsal and then we post on those platforms. Ukuthi lathi sihlale sikhona khona phana. At times we get jobs because we posted something on Facebook or on Twitter.
Yeah. I've been following many ensembles in Bulawayo in particular. Some of them touch on different issues. Some are touching on GBV, some are touching on corruption, some are touching on different issues affecting society. What does touch on that's affecting abantu bakithi?
Tina, we cut across. Yeah, GBV, HIV/AIDS stigma, anything that comes along, they often address, or we work on that, we produce that. We produce shows on that. Yeah, even kungama clips amancane, we work on that. Yeah, even advertising. Yeah, kunjalo.
Yeah, but also for 27 years, what are some of the major challenges that we faced so far? Issues of challenges that we faced besides COVID-19 lockdowns and so on. What are the major challenges we faced?
Yeah, a challenge enkulu is growing up. Ukuthi organization ikhule anyway. As an organization, we need to grow as years grow. Angitsho. Ama shows esasiwayenza ngo 97 2000 kumele namhla kube sokujintshile. Sesifuna iset, proper set, aluba siku economy engasafiyo, aluba sesibuilda ama sets for each show. Ukuthi namhla set yethu, we are building a set for this show and then run that show kuset, not ukuthi asiyafika eBulawayo theater book 3 hours and is performing ngeset engakwananga. Now ngebanga sesilihambile, we need proper sets ukuthi khathesi singumkhathi kunje sizahambe ecompanyini esibona ukuthi ngasiyenzela ama set, maybe first ku designer to design a set for us, yabo. Then we take it, sesidinga abantu abangasiyenzela company, they build that set for us, siriyese ku set maybe for 1 month, then we can run the show for 1 month like it's done international. So i-challenge ekhona ukuthi sithole i-finance or i-support for i-growth yona leyo, ukuthi sibe lama sets, sibe le proper costumes, and then sibe labantu lama resource persons maybe ukuthi abuye on i-aspect ye music, asiyenzele music, a person will do lighting for us, sibe le lighting scripts konke.
You've done well in the art sector as a legend. Now I recognize you as a legend. But are you giving back this knowledge that you have, be it to schools, be it to communities? Are you giving back this knowledge that you have?
Yes, we are. We are giving back. Vele khathi sejikinya sesidlulile lapha. We've been training schools. Abantwana besikolo siyabatrainer in arts, in traditional dance. Siyabancedisa izikole eziningi siyazincedisa. Even khona phane esisebenza khona eNjube Salukazi Arts Center, we train the children in arts.
Yeah. You recently graduated from Lubani State University, and we saw you sitting with the president, being kept there. Speak to us about that moment, the importance of education for artists.
Education is very important for anyone. You earlier on you spoke about going international. Singafika internationally, people introduce them. My name is so and so. I have a degree in dramaturgy and what. Mina ngizathi nguMatesu uDube ngaqalisa kuya ngoReas. Angigradwanga, you see. But now ule certificate on something, you are recognizable. Then you can now sit lama academics arts and likhulume into elizonana. Even if someone brings their script, you can discuss it kakuhle, you decode that script kakuhle limenzele into ayifunayo. Well, sitting actually my project was the best. My dissertation project was the best faculty to humanities at Lupane State University. I did a documentary film on Umkati Theatre Works. So getting that award from the president, it's a milestone in my life. Yeah, and sitting with the president there, shooting a photo with him, that's a milestone. I think in my youth angizake ngibona umuntu owakwayenza njalo, bengabe bekhona a few, but lami sengiyi-one of them. Even kuma-arts, I'm one of them.
Yeah. I want to ask you, in 1992, when you joined Young Warriors, did you envision seeing yourself who you are today? You didn't say, you said no. But now let me go back again to say, in 1992, did you even think of one day you're going to sit with the head of state?
I never thought about that. Thina ama-artists siyazwayo ukuthi upresident nxa yehle e-airport yithi esimhlangabezayo lapha sithi i-receiving, though siyabe sigida kwesinye isikhathi nxa efuna ukusibingelela uzasibingelela, kwesinye isikhathi azidlulele ama-guests akhe. But sitting with him, I never thought about that.
I see Sandra Ndebele, I think past 3 years ago, she went back to school. Albert Nyati also graduated recently, and according to Albert Nyati, he says, I just did it for fun. But now Mateso as well graduated from LSU. What can you say in terms of artists having this importance of having education in it? You know, at times you say, artists develop fundang, but now you've redefined art and said, no, let's have this value of education. Speak to us out there, to an artist, guys, let me just settle right on this. But speak to us about that in terms of artists going back to school and furthering their education.
It's important for us as artists to go to school and get a certificate. The world is changing. The world is changing today. Le Zimbabwe, mina ngiqalisa ngo-92, kwakungela course ye-film, kwakungela course ye-theatre, kwakungela dance eZimbabwe la, but isikhona now. Emkhathi maybe sokuzabuya abantu abavele e-university bezosebenza lapha, bazabuya lenye i-dimension, yabona. So kule social media yokhulume ngayo, people can go on YouTube and watch something or learn something online, then want to implement it lapha. So nxa singafundanga thina kuzasehlula ukuthi simove siye phambili le arts yethu esikhuluma ngayo ukuthi kumele phambili. So isikolo siqhakathekile ku everyone, whether you work ku administration yama arts, whether you are a dancer there, you need a certificate, because sathi sifike eNew York kwenye festival kwathiwa in summer workshop, kwathiwa yenza i-master class. You need to do a masterclass workshop African traditional dance. So you need to plan for that. Kufuna isikolo. If you plan for that, ubhala ukuthi uzafundisa njani lokukhuluma labo bafundisa. So we need to go to school as artists. Ukuthi talent alone is not enough.
This is about the show this morning. December. This is December now. What can you expect from Umkhathi in terms of events? Where are you performing as Umkhathi?
As Umkhathi, we will be performing mostly kuma private functions this December, because we are in a transformation stage. A few months ago, we lost one of our influential members, Ishmael. So we still trying to get ourselves up and refocus. So I hope if we use this festive season for the private functions, we can pick ourselves up from there, and then early next year we will try and focus on something else.
Mr. Dube, when all has been said and done about Mateso Dube, how should we remember you?
You should remember Mateso Dube with a well-defined traditional dance performance that has ingredients of choreography, music, 4 parts music, good singing, maybe le poet. That's how you should remember me. Taking a traditional dance from our community and putting it on stage, such that when people watch it, they say, wow, and it goes overseas to entertain other people. And iyabihamba le story njalo.
Baba Dube, you are a legend. We honor you. Thanks so much for accepting my invite to come to site this morning for the interview, to reflect on your journey. 27 years, it's not a joke, but it's an amazing journey that I've been doing to inspire other young people. Thanks so much, sir, for your time this morning.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Well, there you have it. You've been watching the site review. I've been talking to Madesu Dube, a legend in the arts. I've been recognized by the numbers, by the BAs and many awards. He has taught many countries, exporting our own talent, our own regional talent coming from Njube under Umkati work. So if you guys enjoyed the show, please do follow Umkati on all platforms, social media platforms, and do follow him on Facebook as well. I know it's active there at Madesu Dube. And do follow site on all platforms. We're there on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and you name it. For myself, Brighton Njube, it's bye for now.
Uyazi nkosikazi I cannot imagine ukuthi in this day and age people are getting infected with HIV. Kambe sure abantu bazafunda nini ukuthi bachiyane le ndlela zika Satan.
Kwanzima sure baba. Our government, NGOs and other health organizations are doing their best to raise awareness on HIV and AIDS. Let us hope we will win the war.
But how can we win the war when this world is full of evil people? HIV is not a disease for people living a holy Christian life. It is a disease for drunkards and prostitutes.
That is not true, Baba. Mina as a nurse, I have realized that HIV does not discriminate, Christians or non-Christians. If you get into an unfortunate situation, you can get infected. Managers, teachers, nurses, vendors, politicians. I mean, anyone can get HIV.
Aye. Me, as a general manager at Nyatela Shoe Factory, and an elder in the church, I'm rubbing shoulders with HIV. Aye.